You are watching Xirtus.
What happens if we just start taking like recordings from Kurt and then we pump it through AI? Is that there's no level where like you and AI can like be friends and work together? Like man and machine cannot bond.
Yeah, don't
It wants
pretend you like
feedback.
my music.
It
What?
wants feedback.
I have your music open right here. I was thinking about playing Sympathy or maybe the Victor. The Victor might be
Because that's
the
the thing.
one.
If the computer bends to your will and cedes the higher ground and says, "Yeah, no, you're right. That sounds better. I'm going to do it that way." Is that easier to handle? Or
This is why Kurt's music's better than other music, is you can't really fake this.
Now he's purposely showing my first doodles. My first doodles of me trying to do anything. And not like this. I might just delete this album so you can never actually play it again. Like,
oh my god, that would be
dude,
punk rock.
I wish I were as talented as your fucking Pinky. Stop it. What do you mean? You're ashamed of that music? Are you kidding me? I can sing like the Dickens, but I can't compose music and lay it down on fucking zeros and ones. You know,
your classic stuff is really good. I don't know why would you hate on that?
Yeah,
I appreciate
shows
that
range,
like,
dude. That just shows range, man. Yeah. And that way, when you get off into weird stuff, it's like, no, you appreciate classic rock. You can even imitate it too.
I mean, I'll admit, like, this is the kind of noises that even AI struggles with.
Yeah, well, I'm not bragging when I say that you're right. It's just like there's something as simple as a tempo change. Like, yes, AI struggles with these tempo changes.
No, it's trying to keep you off balance, and it's monitoring whether or not it can make you twitch by dropping the beat and changing it from 5/7 times, 3 times, 5 times.
If I were an orca and I were like swimming at SeaWorld, this is what I wish they would play if I were an orca, just all day.
Interesting. Could you monitor the happiness levels through behavior of underwater large mammals by playing them experimental types of music for sure, instead of playing the drown out background? Yeah, right?
Oh, that's good. It's like a roller coaster, and it goes slows, and it goes up, and then down fast.
What? The nice part is, like, if you write a whole outline for like a series of works that you're doing, I think you can hear it. Like, that's kind of like what you're hearing a portion, but you can tell there's like deeper branches to like what's going on, because like at the same time I'm trying to adhere to some sort of like overarching structure to what's going on. So it's like that's why some parts, you know, it's like sometimes less is more is definitely a real theory. It's like you don't always have to have, you know, 100 tracks going on at the same time to make something sound like it's drawing you in, you know. And I think that's where
it's all hard work, and then it's play. And if you're like a street artist, you can do the greatest 5-minute drawing or painting, and then it becomes a gimmick, and people ask you to do it on command, and instead of doing it out of love or desire to create something, you feel like it's. It's better. Creating is a good routine to be in.
You should put one of these albums up on like, what's that called? Itch.io. Itch.io is where like people trade like video game assets. You should put this up on Unreal Engine's marketplace as soundtrack music for video games, so that people who are making video games can use your music.
Interesting.
I think that would be a good way to go.
Could just do my list.
What? I'm not I'm somewhat familiar. Like, I don't know if you said like Real Engine or something.
Yeah, so Unreal Engine is what most video games are made in these days. Like 99% are all, and they're so Unity and Unreal Engine are the biggest ones. And both engines, people use assets, like they make games with whatever they can buy in the store, and you can sell stuff, but you could also put it out for free, and people love free assets. And if you put out an album to be used in a game, you know, you could probably sell it, but you could also probably get it heard by a lot of people, because someone making a game would be like, oh, this is perfect music for the background of my platformer, you know? Plus, you could also write in there, like, I do custom work for game designers who need music for their games. I'm sure, like, you should definitely be making soundtracks for games. There's so many games.
You see
out
how
there
that's an
that
intimidating environment for a musician to step into, because these coders are there battling it out, trying to get things
But they
done
think
on
that
a
musicians are
deadline,
cool.
and then they're trying to bring it to you to polish it the extra 5% to take it over the top. They spent so much time, and what you're gonna see, it's like a catcher in baseball. Again, you're just
Dude,
gonna
this
be
is
able
like
to see
Echo the
and suggest
Dolphin, but
something.
Orca. This is Orca the space whale. You know, that's the game, and we would play it.
Like the
It's
catcher
Orca that has to
can't
push ice
run
around
very
space.
fast or pitch the ball, but he has a set of specialized skills that, you know, he's got to be the backstop for certain things. Because speaking of like overall media production and gaming, so how come you haven't talked about Minecraft movie yet, my friend?
Didn't we at some point bring it up?
I mean,
saw
it like comes up, yeah, but like let's deep dive on it for a second. Let's pause here.
Or
Like,
did you see the
play a
Minecraft
track-
movie?
No.
So like,
the other
not
question
bad.
is-
Did you see it, Stefan? Have you seen
Yes,
it?
I did.
Okay, well, it sounds like you've got feelings.
Well, I would like to at least rope the audience into understanding why an adult human being such as myself would be at all interested. So there's a gentleman named Eddie who's an animator who would draw on stream. He's on almost weekly for years, right? Correct? And
Yeah.
somehow, you know, it's like what Action Bronson says. He says, it's like, I'm throwing alley-oops to my brothers. And like, he can't receive all the goodwill that comes to him. So somehow someone that Andreas had in his, became like the lead animator for that movie, right?
Yeah, he did
Like
all
one
he
of
did
the
a lot
lead
of the storyboarding and art and concept art and everything for that. So not CGI, but he did all the concept art that they.
So he wasn't
used
on
to
the finishing end of it. Because
Yeah, he made the things that they would model, you know.
outside of the appropriateness movie, or was it funny, or the cultural phenomenon, like, can we specifically comment on some of the graphical anomalies? Again, like when I was watching Sonic the Hedgehog, whenever there was like one scene where a glove clipped through another one, and somehow I like saw it, and I'm like, there must have been a director who watched this down to conniption, because somehow they released this and they couldn't change. It's like you get to a certain point and it's out the door. You have to publish it, and the rubbers hit the road, and it's not going to be perfect.
With
But
the new
they took
Sonic
it to a
movie or the
new
old Sonic
level.
movie?
All I'm saying is they took it to a new level with buying, which is kind of in the spirit of the maker community. And the kids that watched the movie enjoyed it just as much as if they had fired the team. You know, like Sonic, they fired the whole team and they redid it, right? And that movie did better. Whereas I don't think the Minecraft movie really would have been any better. But there were some very interesting things that if I understood computer coding a little bit better, I would be able to specifically describe to you why there was a halo around the dog's head that was shifting with it. And then there was like a green screen clip out. And like outside of all the bad green screen effects, there were just some scenes where the surfaces weren't rendered. Everything was see-through. It looked like they took the storyboard and put it straight on the camera.
Did you watch the work print? Did you download the work print, or did you go to the theater?
I used something called .com. I mean,
yeah. So you saw the work
solar
print,
movie.
probably.
You just Google
So
solar movie, one word,
right?
and then it's either .ru or like.
So I did the same thing, and the work print is not the finished movie.
Cheech and Chong movie is.
So you saw the unfinished movie. If you didn't go to the theater, you saw.
Oh, is that possible?
So you thought it was not. I similarly thought it was an aesthetic
But I was
choice.
excited for the movie that they decided to release it that way.
Same. That's what I said too. And then I realized that was ridiculous.